The phone vibrated on a nightstand like a trapped insect, sharp and panicked, and I knew, before I even opened my eyes, that something had finally slipped out of the dark. It was still early, the hour when the city sounds haven't fully decided to exist yet. Her side of the bed was empty, the sheet cold and neatly folded as if she'd never slept there at all. I reached for my water and knocked the phone instead. It spun, screen lighting up, and a preview bloomed across the glass. I miss the way you look at me when you think I'm not watching. I sat up so fast the room tilted. The sender's name wasn't saved. Just a single initial. M. For a moment, I convinced myself it was spam. Or a joke. Or one of those wrong number confessions people posted online for attention. I picked up the phone anyway. My thumb hovered with a restraint that felt ceremonial, like breaking a seal. The screen unlocked easily. She'd never changed her passcode. My birthday, always my birthday. I used to think that meant something. The thread opened, and the world thinned to a narrow tunnel of light and words. Messages stacked like evidence photos, time-stamped undeniable. Weeks, months, jokes that weren't jokes. Complaints about me disguised as concern. Memories they'd apparently shared that I'd never been present for. Last night was a mistake. She'd written once. And later, no, it wasn't. I just feel guilty. I didn't feel angry at first. That came later. What I felt was vertigo, the kind you get when the ground you've trusted reveals itself as a trapdoor. I scrolled, breathing shallowly, cataloging pain with the precision of a forensic analyst. Every heart emoji felt like a small, deliberate cruelty. In the kitchen, the kettle clicked off. She was awake, alive, existing in the same apartment as this version of reality I had never agreed to. I placed the phone back exactly where it had been, aligning it with the edge of the nightstand, because some part of me still believed in manners. Then I stood, pulled on yesterday's clothes, and walked out the door. The hallway smelled like old carpet and someone else's breakfast. The elevator mirror reflected a man I barely recognized. Eyes rimmed red, jaw clenched in a way that suggested violence, if not outward then certainly inward. My hands shook, so I shoved them into my pockets and stared at the floor numbers as they descended, as if they might explain something. Outside, the morning had the audacity to be beautiful. Pale light, cool air. A woman walked her dog past me, laughing into her phone, and I wondered how many lives were splitting open quietly at that exact moment. I didn't block her. I don't know why. Maybe I wanted to prove I wasn't petty. Maybe I wanted to see if she'd notice. Mostly, I think, I wanted to leave a door unlocked, not for her, but for the truth. She called 3 hours later. "Where are you?" Her voice sounded normal. That hurt more than panic would have. I went for a walk. A walk. A pause. "You didn't take your jacket." I picture her standing in the bedroom, noticing the absence of my shoes. My keys? Not the absence of me. Not yet. "I'll be back later," I said, and hung up before my voice could betray me. By afternoon, my phone was heavy with missed calls and messages that swung wildly between irritation and fear. "Can we talk? You're scaring me. Please don't do this." That last one almost made me laugh. When I finally returned, the sun was low and the apartment felt staged, like a set waiting for actors. She sat at the table, hands wrapped around a mug she wasn't drinking from. Her eyes snapped at me with relief, so intense it looked like love. "Where did you go?" she asked softly. "Out," I said. I dropped my keys into the bowl by the door. The sound echoed too loudly. She stood, took a step toward me, then stopped. "What's wrong?" I watched her face as I asked, "Who's M?" The color drained instantly. Not confusion, not curiosity, recognition. "I can explain," she said, which was answer enough. I nodded slowly. "I know you can." Silence pressing around us, thick and suffocating. The hum of the refrigerator. A car passing outside. She opened her mouth, closed it, then finally said, "It wasn't supposed to matter, did it?" I asked. Her eyes filled. I didn't mean for it to. Meaning and impact, I thought. Always such different animals. She talked then about loneliness, about feeling unseen, about how it started as words and became something else without her noticing the moment it crossed a line. She didn't deny the messages. She didn't insult my intelligence with half-truths. For that, I was almost grateful. I was going to tell you, she said. I just didn't know how. I believed her. That was the worst part. I picked up my bag. I'm staying somewhere else. Her breath hitched. Is that it? You're just leaving. I already did, I said gently. This is me finishing. She didn't follow me this time. 2 nights later, she showed up. I was sitting on the edge of my borrowed bed, staring at the wall, when there was a knock, hesitant, then firm. I opened the door, and there she was, eyes swollen, hair unbrushed, holding her phone out like confession. I blocked him, she said. I deleted everything. I'll do anything. I looked past her, at the quiet hallway, the exit sign glowing red like a warning. I didn't block you, I said. You didn't have to come. I know, she whispered. That's why I did. For a moment, I wanted to take her into my arms. Muscle memories surged, powerful and stupid. Love doesn't die on command. It lingers, wounded and dangerous. What you don't know, I said slowly, is that I read the messages before the ones you think matter. Her brow furrowed. There was a message from you, I continued, from before you ever met him, talking about how you were afraid I'd leave if I knew who you really were. She froze. M told you he knew you already. I said, that he'd been waiting. Understanding dawned, sharp and terrible. You didn't cheat because you were lonely, I said. You cheated because you wanted an exit you didn't have to ask for. Tears spilled freely now. I was scared. So was I said, stepping back. But I stayed. She nodded, defeated, and lowered her phone. I closed the door softly, without another word, and this time when my phone buzzed, I finally turned it off, leaving the silence to say everything that couldn't be undone.